Hello everyone, I'm back with the next chapter of geography, that is water, chapter number 5 of class 7. So let's get started with the chapter. As we know, the chapter name is water. So as soon I just name it by water, what all images comes to our mind, like of rivers, waterfalls, and of raindrops, pitter patter, raindrops, water in your taps, in swimming pools, and the children loves to float paper boats in the rain puddles. Now there is one line written over here, that is, by the noon the puddles vanish. Now the question arises over here is, where does the water goes? So the answer to this question is, the sun heat causes evaporation of water into vapor. Now, did you get it? If not, I am going to explain you. How come when the liquid changes into the water vapor, we have earlier also discussed this thing, that process is called as evaporation. Now then, when the water vapors cools down, these water vapors cool down, it condenses and form clouds. That is the process under which the water vapor converted back to the water form in the form of rains, they come to the land surface, is called as condensation. Okay, so the process by which water continuously changes its form and circulate between the oceans, atmosphere and land is called as water cycle. Okay, now the earth is, just assume our earth is like terrarium. Do you know what is the meaning of terrarium? Terrarium is basically like an aquarium. You can just keep it inside your house while planting some plants in it, in a jar, as you can see in the picture also, है ना? And in it you can just assume this evaporation and condensation process will also take place over here also while breathing. Okay, our earth is like a terrarium. How can we see that? Because we are using the water which is existing the thousands and thousands of centuries ago also. Then we are using that water right now also, and we are using for several uses, for irrigation purpose also, as we are having an example of Amazon river in the fields. In the fields of Haryana, we are irrigating with the water which is being flowing towards, flown down by the river Amazon 100 years ago. Now, you should know that the major sources of fresh waters are river, ponds, springs, and glaciers. Then, the ocean bodies and seas basically contain the salty water, which is also called as saline. The water of the ocean is salty or saline. So, saline is salty as it contains large amount of dissolved salts. Mostly they are comprising of sodium chloride or the common table salt that we can eat. Now moving to the next page, we are going to just see over here there is a map of world where we have shown some major seas, lakes and river. As starting from the middle point, we are going to just focus on Africa. In Africa you can just see there are several rivers showing in the map, like Niger River, Congo River, Lake Victoria. There is a lake, one lake over here, that is Lake Victoria at Orange River. Now if we just see over the India, that is in Asia, we just see that there are several seas like Arabian Seas, Bay of Bengal, and there are, if we are going to talk about the rivers, there is Brahmaputra River and Ganga River as shown in the map. Now, if we are going to talk about Australia, there is a Darling River which is being seen in Australia. If we are going to talk about the North America and South America, we can easily see that in South America, Amazon River is being displaying, and in North America there are several lakes which is being shown, showing in under this image. That is the Great Bear Leaves also exist over here, the Great Slave River, then the Wingspeak Lake, Superior Lake, and Huron Lake is there. And regarding the river, there is one river also over here, that is Mississippi River is also prevailing over here in North America. That is all about the map. As we have discussed earlier also that the ocean bodies and the seas contain the salty water which is also called as saline. So we should know about the salinity also. What is salinity? Salinity is the amount or proportionate of the salt which is being present in 1000 grams of water. That is the average salinity of ocean. You should know that that is 35 parts per thousand is the average salinity of the ocean. Now, do you know about the Dead Sea? Dead Sea is in Israel, has salinity of 340 grams per liter of water, which is very harmful for a person. Then the swimmers can float in it, but because the increased salt content make it dense also, which is very good for the swimmers. Then the distribution of the water bodies you can see over here in this page that they, as we all know that three-fourths of the earth's surface is covered by the water, and if there is more water than the land on this earth, have you ever imagined in your mind why do all these countries face water scarcity? Scarcity, do you know the meaning of scarcity? Scarcity is something like scarce or limit. Any kind of resources which is being in limit, and you have to use it very properly, otherwise you are going to just lose it. Like we are having a scarce resource, that is water itself. We are learning about water na chapter. We Water is a scarce resource. If we are not going to use it properly, if we are going to waste it, we have to suffer. It's going to be finished at one point of time. That is called scarcity. So the answer to it is all the water. One question also arises over here that water distribution can be demonstrated by various things. Like water is essential for survival. We all know that water alone can quench our thirst very easily when we are thirsty, of course. No doubt in it, na? So now comes to the next page, that is the ocean circulation. Hmm? So in this we are going to learn about several things like waves, tides and currents. Now, before starting this topic, we should know what is ocean circulation. There is something magical about when we just have you just gone somewhere bearing foot on the seashores or on the beaches, the wet sand on the beach. Have you just observed this thing? The cool and the breeze, sea birds and the smells of the salt in the air and music of the waves. Everything goes so fascinating and so laborious that unlike the calm water of ponds and lakes, it it's cool down our mind. Na? The person get relaxed over there. Okay, so likewise, you should keep one thing in mind that ponds and lakes are having calm water. They just still over one place. But ocean waters keep moving continuously. Okay, this is one point you should note over here. It is never still. Okay, so this movement that occurs in ocean can be broadly categorized as waves, tides and currents. So now we are going to learn about these three things, that is waves, tides and current over here. One more thing you should know about this, that 22 March is celebrated as World Water Day, when we all have taken a step ahead to conserve the water in different ways. So this is all about the first part. If you like my videos, do share, like and subscribe. Thank you so much.